What's going on, all you Pat listeners? This week I'm back to another episode of Paintin' and stuff, and I'm going to be painting Batman. You could say that I've been through this weird obsessive phase with Batman a while ago. I do think the character is really overexposed now, but I still think he's pretty cool. I especially, enjoy a lot of the movies. I liked the Tim Burton movies quite a bit. Not so much the Joel Schumacher movies, but I really enjoyed the Christopher Nolan movies, how they were able to ascend above average superhero movies, which is why I'm doing this painting. So the plan is to get a series of Batman paintings up on the wall here. So here's the Joker painting I made in the last Paintin' and stuff, which is actually the first Paintin' and stuff I made, which is really more of a test video, which I think could have came out a little better. I just wanted to see how I could do a painting video. So I'm really working to make this particular video a lot more watchable. That said, this particular Joker painting did come out really well. And next to the Joker here is my Two-Face painting, which also came out really well. I particularly like the fire effects and the lighting. That's it, I did neglect to make a video for this, which is because I didn't think about it till I was halfway done with the painting already. That said, while working on this particular painting, it was complete insano. It was just unbelievable, the whole process that I had to go through. I think people may have died while I was painting this, which you won't get to experience any of the craziness and the excitement, because unfortunately I did not record any of it. You're just gonna have to take my word for it. So Batman is going to go next to Two-Face here. The one thing I always do when I start a painting is cover the canvas in black paint. This is the only time I use black paint for an entire painting. I use this so I can help build colors up from dark to lights, as well as make colors feel a lot more vibrant. And after I paint it over with black, I do the line drawing with a white charcoal pencil, just so I can see the lines since the canvas is black. I got my line drawing of Batman all finished up here, so it's about ready to get some paint put on it. In the picture, I'm having him put his hands on the side of his head as if he's putting his mask on. Or you could say possibly that his hands are on the side of his head is because he has a really bad headache, a bat headache. Or another story could be that he's trying to use psychic powers to make someone's head explode. The possibilities are really quite endless. It just kind of depends on what you, the viewer, want the story to be. So the first thing I'm going to start with the painting, as far as laying the paints down, is probably start with his mouth and chin area, just his lower half of his face. It's because that's really the only part of his face that's showing, so I figured that's a good place to start and kind of get my bearings. And as you can see, I start from darks and kind of build up to the lights. It helps me make the painting look more dimensional. Now I'm about to add in green reflective lighting. It adds atmosphere from the environment, as well as just allows you to see details in the darker areas. I got his mouth painted now, so I'm just going to start painting his mask. One of the challenges of painting something that's supposed to appear black is shading. I have to try to shade with other colors than just straight up gray, because grays will make the thing look muddy, kind of flat. So I need to find other colors to use to help shade while keeping the appearance of black, like purples and maybe some hints of yellow, to also give the light source that's hitting down Batman's face sort of a sense of color as well. It helps keep the painting more interesting to look at for the viewer, as well as also help make the painting look more dimensional as well. Generally, the more colors you have, the more dimensional the thing can end up looking. Here, as you can see, his head is now painted in. I added a lot of green side sort of backlighting so that in the dark areas of his face you could see the details rather than it just being black. And as far as the likeness goes, especially around the mouth area, I try to keep him pretty close to the likeness of Christian Bale, who just recently portrayed Dick Cheney. By the way, if I get 100 likes on this video, I will do a painting of Christian Bale as Dick Cheney as Batman. That's Dick Cheney in a military-grade tactical bat suit, or fat old Batman. I think that'd be a real interesting painting to look at and a real fun one to watch me paint. A lot of times I'm not able to find a reference picture for something I specifically need, particularly hands, so I pose myself while wearing a similar looking glove just so I can get correct lighting and shading. From there, I'd apply the correct patterns onto Batman's motorcycle gloves while applying the correct lighting from the reference picture of myself that I took. I'd probably say that the Batman Begins suit is actually closer to the comic book Batman look rather than the Dark Knight suit, but I decided to go with the Dark Knight suit instead. This was largely due to the fact that the Dark Knight suit had a lot more details to it, from all the armored plates, texture changes, and actually even slight color changes. I just thought it would be more fun and interesting to paint that suit, as well as being more interesting for anyone who's viewing the piece. Like I mentioned before, one of the challenges of this was to paint something with the appearance of black, but using colors besides black and grays. I ended up using yellows to really give the painting dimension and kind of make it pop more than just using muddy grays. Painting the belt was a pretty nice change of pace because all of his armor prior that I painted in was pretty much just two tones, so it was a nice change just because of the color. As far as to get this kind of gold appearance, I would mix in a little bit of red and a very tiny bit of blue into the yellow, so that it looks more gold rather than just straight yellow. And as well as I had to add in straight white highlights here and there to make sure it has a metallic feel. And of course I had to find a different shade of green for the side lighting, since it's not reflective onto his black armor, it's the yellow belt. Another nice change of pace was getting to paint the cape. Since the cape didn't have all the small details as the rest of the outfit does, I didn't require the small brush, so I used a larger brush to get in, just larger areas of color. I got Batman himself fully painted in now, so I guess I could just start on the background now. I'm gonna be putting him in the Batcave. So I'm drawing in the background with the white charcoal pencil, of course, and in the movies you could see in the Batcave all these archways, which I decided I'm gonna utilize in the background, really make it look real nice, as well as have some sort of straight structure to show perspective a little better. So I'm starting off painting this sort of rock pillar, and since it's supposed to be like a real dark environment, I was afraid, as far as color goes, everything's just gonna look too similar and blend together, as far as the rocks and Batman is. So I decided I'm gonna go with these kind of brown tones for the rock pillar to really separate it out from Batman's suit. And now I'm going over some of the rock pillar with lighter colors to create light beams coming down into the cave, hitting up against the front of Batman to give better context of why Batman's suit looks so well lit in the painting in such a dark environment. One of the things I tried to do while painting the archways is make sure it looks like it's a bit further back in the background. That's past even the rock pillar, which is kind of challenging because a lot of the colors used for the archways is actually pretty similar to the rest of the painting. So I have to make sure I use the darker shades of everything, even like the green lighting. That's a tad darker and bit more bluish, which is also challenging trying to add the details because I still wanted the details there, but I still wanted the archways looked pushed further back. The painting is about ready to go up on the wall now. Just have to add a couple things to it, such as bats. Can't really have a picture of Batman without bats. And of course, yeah, even though that was a relatively small 8 by 10 inch painting, that one took me quite a while, but it came out pretty good. Thank you for watching Paintin and Stuff, and keep a lookout for future episodes of Paintin and Stuff. I may be doing another Batman painting depending on how many likes this video gets, as well as like and subscribe to my Facebook page, Patrick Justin Art. That's all I got. Thanks for watching.